Now, it may be the Easter holidays, but that hasn't stopped the Church of England from sparking outrage after the Lord's Prayer was read in Urdu during an Easter Sunday service at Canterbury Cathedral yesterday.
We pray the words that Jesus taught us, each in our own language, led this morning in Urdu.
ऐ हमारे बाप,
Our Father,
तू जो आसमान पर है, तेरा नाम पाक माना जाए, तेरी बादशाही आए, तेरी मर्जी जैसे आसमान पर पूरी होती है.
Well, with stunts like that, it's hardly a surprise that church attendance has dropped off a cliff after almost 300 parishes shuttered in the past 5 years. And could that be because of their relentless virtue signalling campaign? Here's the woke Archbishop Justin Welby recently wishing all Muslims peace and joy during Ramadan.
Greetings to Muslims at the start of the month of Ramadan. I wish you peace and joy as you begin this extraordinary and special time of prayer, fasting and spiritual reflection.
Last week, the flag of Pakistan was hoisted to the top of Westminster Abbey to mark Pakistan's Resolution Day, and that comes just weeks after the church was slammed for trying to hire so-called anti-racism officers and for setting aside a whopping £1 billion for slavery reparation payments. And to top it all off, the church has also been accused of becoming a conveyor belt for fake asylum seeker conversions. Easy for me to say. So, after the Lord's Prayer was read in Urdu on Easter Sunday, should the Church of England stop pandering to other cultures? Let me know your thoughts. Email me, gbviews@gbnews.com. Tweet me at gbnews. While you're there, go and vote in our poll. The results will follow very shortly. But doing battle on this now are the columnist for Conservative Home, Harry Phibbs, and former Labour Party spokesman James Matthewson. Chaps, thank you very much. Great to have you both on the show. Harry, I'll start with you. Should the church stop pandering to other cultures?
It should, and that's not to say that we should be inward-looking. It's absolutely important that Christianity flourishes around the world. There are 8 billion of us, and over a quarter, I think 2.3 billion of us on the planet are Christians, and it's humbling that Christianity is growing in many countries despite the persecution Christians are suffering. And I think it'd be good if the Church of England actually spoke up more about that. But that does not follow at all that the Church should be abandoning our tradition. Certainly shouldn't be dispensing with the English language. The tradition is a huge asset, and it's incredibly arrogant for people to just feel they can throw it away. Rather, that we should be reasserting their traditional strengths. There's such a beauty and such a power in the King James Bible and the 1662 Book of Common Prayer. And so rather than just going for passing fashion, we should emphasize the timelessness of that message, and that people who are attracted to go to church because they enjoy that tradition and they might be struggling with their faith, we should be giving them that strength, and that's what the Church of England should be doing. Saying what an amazing thing the resurrection is, and what a fantastic, extraordinary sacrifice that was.
We'll stop it there, Harry, and I'll come back to you. All right, OK. James, I mean, is this just more needless virtue signalling from the church? Meanwhile, people are leaving Christianity in their droves and churches are being shuttered.
Yeah, as an agnostic atheist, I would believe that the reason for people leaving the church is less to do with them virtue signaling or so-called virtue signaling, and more to do with the fact more and more people are realizing that God isn't real. However, I never thought I would see myself going into bat for the Church of England. However, I do think this is a totally fair thing to do. Any institution, any organization that represents people and its members should be accessible. If you've got people who are speaking different languages coming to take part in your community, then surely that's a good thing. And I just can't help but think about a fascinating to hear you say what you just said, Harry, when it comes to the fact that I think if you asked Henry VIII if people were speaking, about his religion, his church, in multiple languages, in different languages from different corners of the world, that he would see that as a good thing, as all Christians I know do see that as a good thing, because it means more people are taking part, more people are spreading the message, surely.
Do you want to come back to that then, Harry?
Well, around the world, Christianity is on the rise. And so the Church of England should be reflecting on what it's doing wrong, given the spread of Christianity across the world. And the English language, to use a woke term, is inclusive, and many people would
Not if you don't speak it.
would find it much easier from all sorts of different languages. It's a great strength to preach the gospel in English, and the idea that should be abandoned. But of course, it's not just this latest thing. I mean, we've had the most appalling intrusion into all this identity politics. The church supporting Black Lives Matter, that very divisive extreme group was a complete antithesis of the idea of Christianity, which that we're all equal in the eyes of God. We're all, that we should have a colourblind approach, valuing each individual. We saw the Archbishop of Canterbury getting involved in economics, saying that he supports overseas aid, whereas many of us would feel that the way to eliminate poverty is through capitalism and free trade rather than through socialism. And the church should not get involved in these arguments about economics. It should not get involved in identity politics. It should get involved in converting people to Christianity, in preaching the gospel, in spreading the good news that we're celebrating at this time of Easter.
Yeah, all right. Look, James, we've got the Archbishop doing a happy Ramadan message. We've got a prayer on Easter Sunday in Urdu. We've got the flag of Pakistan flying above Westminster Abbey. I mean, why on earth do you think that the Church of England is trying to pander to cultures, or dare I even say other religions, that actually just don't give a toss?
Well, how is it pandering? I don't understand how it's pandering. At the end of the day, it's saying and acknowledging other religions. Christians have more in common with Muslims than they have in common with me, because they both believe in a God. I don't believe in a God, so they're looking out for each other. They're talking about each other's religions. They're inclusive. Jesus is in the Quran. It makes sense for faith leaders to talk about other faith leaders. You hear what the Pope's been saying over Easter as well, talking about other religions. They always talk about other religions. King Baldwin in Jerusalem during the Crusades, during the period of trying to make peace between Islam and Christianity, used to welcome Muslim celebrations. And that's just the same as what's happening now. The fact that we say English as a language is inclusive. It's only inclusive if you speak it. If you want to spread your religion, you want to spread your message, which, look, it's not up to me whether that happens or not. I couldn't care less, as I am not part of the church. But if you want to spread that message, making it inclusive to people who do not speak it, there are more Christians in the world who do not speak English than there are Christians who speak English. It is not an English religion, and it is not exclusive to England. I mean,
I get that, but I mean, the Church of England is literally what it's called, but I do take your point. Look, both of you, thank you very, very much. There's a columnist for Conservative Home, Harry Phibbs, and the former Labour Party spokesman, James Matthewson. Look, who do you agree with as the Lord's Prayer is read in Urdu? Should the Church of England stop pandering to other cultures? Olivia on X says, it's time the Church of England started to concentrate on its own fleeing flocks. They've joined the woke brigade and neglected what they were meant to do. If Welby wants to get into politics, he should leave and let someone who cares about the church do the job. Rosalind on X says, sorry to break this to you, but it wasn't originally said in English. Jesus spoke Aramaic, and your verdict is now in. 73% of you think that the Church of England should stop pandering, whilst 27% of you say they shouldn't.